kettle black is all I'm saying.
Ooh. The pot calling the kettle black. Huh.
Whoa. That was some tea. That was shade. That was major shade.
Pot calling the kettle black. So, I mean, you're not insinuating that
he's
50
gay?
Cent is...
Oh my Lord, please. What? Girl, we gotta talk after this episode is
Wait,
over.
Vivica Fox, what are you insinuating?
Well, I mean,
He gave you...
No, he's not. I mean, we had a great time. I mean, but he's just seems like he's got something that's not quite.
Oh my gosh. 50 Cent is absolutely determined to never let go of whatever beef he has with his ex, Vivica Fox. This man just came for her, mocking her for getting a little BBL at almost 60. Vivica and her new body have been the trending topic on social media these past couple of days, and whenever Vivica is trending, you know you can find 50 Cent lurking there, and this time he did not disappoint. At first, he had us thinking he actually liked what he was seeing, and people even started speculating that he might be interested in spinning the block with Vivica, but then out of nowhere he started coming at her hard, claiming her body was completely botched from the surgery and that she wasn't going to find another man. But y'all already know that Vivica is not the one you want to play with, and 50 Cent just learned this lesson again because not only did she clap back, but she made some absolutely wild claims about how 50 Cent is on the DL and wouldn't recognize a real woman if she hit him in the face. Y'all better sit down for this one because these two old lovebirds are back at it again and they are messier than ever. I'm not going to lie, Vivica's decision to get her body done caught a lot of people by surprise. I know it's her body and she has every right to do whatever she wants because she's a grown woman, but she has always been fine and her body has always been tea. That's what made it even more unexpected. But to be completely fair, there have been people talking about her body these past couple of years, which makes absolutely no sense. There have been comments about how she looks different from her heyday, talking about how she doesn't look the same as when she did in earlier movies, especially Kill Bill, which was released way back in 2023. Y'all, that's over 20 years ago. Comments like this just don't make any sense because a woman's body is always changing. She did Kill Bill when she was in her mid-30s, and now she's almost 61, so of course her body doesn't look the same. But like I said, her body is still some kind of tea and she looked good for her age. But imagine how shocked we all were when she launched her newly done body a couple of weeks ago at a meet and greet in Houston to promote her hair brand. As you can expect, this sent the internet into a complete spin because you typically don't see women in their 60s getting BBLs or cosmetic surgeries like that. I mean, sure, it happens every now and then, a little nip and tuck, a little facelift, but most people you see getting BBLs are definitely in their 20s or 30s. But of course, fans had a whole lot to say, leaving comments like, "I'm all for people doing whatever they want with the body they have, but sis got to chill. She already looked good enough for her age. She don't need no more surgery. It's so dangerous. Our elders do not know how to elder perpetually 35. Embarrassing and risky situation for a 60-year-old, don't you think?" And to nobody's surprise, it didn't take long for 50 Cent to hop into the chat, commenting, "Wait, let me see." At first, people thought he was being shady with that comment, but then he followed up with, "Who said I was spinning the block? Man, I ain't gonna lie, that booty was good though. I'm not gonna lie, Vivica looked very different in the video than she did in the pictures she posted on social media, but then pretty much every celebrity in the world edits their pictures on social media. From filters to Photoshop, social media is not real. So 50 Cent knew what he was doing when he posted that picture because he wanted people to talk about her and not in a good way. Well, Vivica is not the one you want to play with, and according to an insider, she isn't surprised that 50 is resorting to petty attacks because he has always been like that. She finds his comments very vindictive for no reason at all and has been threatening to cause him a whole lot of trouble if he doesn't back off. And girl, knowing Vivica, I wouldn't be surprised if she makes good on her threat to cause drama because these two are as chaotic as they come. I mean, they have been broken up for more than 20 years now, but they still somehow managed to find time to throw shade and jabs at each other. If there was one person who knows how to keep that energy with 50, it's Vivica, and these two have gone through a roller coaster of loving each other, then hating, then loving, and everything in between. From the first time they met at the BET Awards in 2003 when 50 was swept up by her stunning beauty.
You know, I want to thank Vivica Fox for wearing that dress too.
Fast forward to the 2003 MTV Video Music Awards, and they walk the red carpet hand in hand, letting the world know exactly what was up. No more whispers, no more sly little speculation. These two were officially a thing. Now let's get into their superstar era. 50 Cent was on fire, dropping Get Rich or Die Trying and racking up a mind-blowing 12 million sales worldwide. Meanwhile, Vivica Fox was that girl in Hollywood, stacking hit after hit with movies like Independence Day, Set It Off, Soul Food, Two Can Play That Game, and Kill Bill. Talk about a duo that had it all. They were basking in the limelight, and Vivica was eating it up, falling for 50 more and more each day. He treated her like a queen, and honestly, they were relationship goals. For a very, very short time. 50 seemed just as in love as Vivica was, and he was even planning to propose to her, allegedly.
Birthday, he filled my entire house with my favorite flowers, which were Casablancas and gardenias. He's very romantic, and he's like a big teddy bear. Yeah. And see, I know that side of him, and he's very sweet and very kind and gives the best hugs.
Now let's talk about, he's 10 years younger than you are.
11.
11 years younger than you are. And you've said that energizes you.
Yeah, definitely makes me happy. Keeps a pep in my step for sure.
Was he in love with you?
Very much. I mean, I think that the reason why it's haunted me for such a long time is I found out later that he wanted to propose to me. So that's why.
Right, okay. So I'll set the stage. They're in Monte Carlo. 50's got the ring in his pocket.
No.
That's
he was going to have a theater because I was excluded in the international.
But what was supposed to be a 12-carat engagement ring turned into a pair of earrings, all because Vivica made 50 angry, and he changed his mind about the proposal.
Is it true that you turned the 12-carat ring into a pair of earrings?
Yeah.
But let's get into how their love story took a nosedive because, y'all, it crumbled fast. It was like a house of cards. The slightest breeze sent the whole thing crashing down. Privacy? Yeah, that was non-existent even back then. These two were under a microscope 24/7 with their every move making headlines. And let's be real for a second. Constantly seeing your business splashed across the tabloids is not a recipe for a happy relationship. Oh, but let's talk about that age gap because turns out age wasn't just a number. Vivica was in her late 30s while 50 was barely 27, and let's just say his maturity level was pretty much non-existent as well. Then came the real problem. 50 could not keep their relationship out of the streets. If there was a mic, a camera, or even just an open window nearby, he was spilling all the tea. And Vivica? She wasn't here for that. Who wants their private moments turned into a reality show?
My love life is great.
Is it like the first time, though, when Vivica gives you the go-ahead and says she's going to get naked in your bed? Is it awesome?
Yeah, man, it's exciting.
Are you able to hold out a long time?
No.
Is she loud in bed? Like, does she make a lot of noise? Does she make a lot of noise?
Nah, she don't make a lot.
50 Cent started feeling like his tough guy image was taking a hit, and instead of dealing with it like a grown man, he decided to call it quits with Vivica. But did he sit her down and have an honest conversation? No. Homegirl found out she was single through a radio show. Imagine waking up, turning on the radio, and realizing you've been dumped on air. Has to be the worst way to be broken up with. Well, 50 Cent didn't just break up with Vivica. He straight up ghosted her. No call, no text, not even a we need to talk.
It's all good, you know?
Okay, and I guess he went on his European tour.
Yes.
And at that point, I guess the relationship started to kind of devolve.
Relationship broke up after the World Music Awards. I came back and he was on the radio saying he dumped me.
You find out on the radio?
Yeah, my friend called me. I was in Baltimore filming The Salon, and my friend, a stylist, whose name is skipping me right now. Oh, my friend Daryl Brown called me and said, yo, your boy's on the radio blasting you. And first I went, who? And he was like, 50 Cent. I was like, Curtis? He's like, yeah, I was telling everybody you guys broke up. And I was like, we did? Huh? So he never personally said, it's a wrap.
On the radio, huh?
Yeah, but he went on, and you know, that was his way. That was his way when I look back.
He just up and disappeared like a magician at the end of a trick, leaving her completely shattered. And if that wasn't bad enough, he didn't just leave, he ran his mouth. Instead of keeping it classy and cute, he started spilling all their business for the world to hear. And get this, he had the nerve to claim she was using him for clout.
You or you dumped her? Be honest.
Okay, I ain't calling no more.
Oh, really?
I have to stop calling.
Really?
Well, what happened?
She told you to stop calling?
Nah, I stopped calling. I feel like her people was taking advantage of the situation as far as her publicist was concerned.
They were using you for publicity.
Good for you.
Nah, but it couldn't have been using me for publicity because then, you know.
In a way, you're the hottest thing out there.
Yeah, but in the then it would be, then we wouldn't have been together intimately.
But at the end of the day go in, and they just couldn't handle all the publicity and the attention that their relationship was getting.
The main thing that what killed the relationship was that we just went way too public, way too fast.
It was like a huge learning lesson for me. You know, it was the first time that I went public with the relationship that I should have maybe taken the time to get to know him.
With 50 Cent?
Yes. Curtis.
But y'all know how I said Vivica was not the one to play with? Well, she wasn't about to let 50 Cent run her name through the mud without a fight. She has zero time for his nonsense and was not about to let him score cheap points by making her look like some clout chaser. So what did she do? She clapped back, and she clapped back hard. She wasn't about to sit quietly while he spread lies like he was on a press tour. No, ma'am. She made it crystal clear that she was never using him for publicity, and she sure as hell wasn't about to let him tarnish her name just to boost his own. If he thought he could play with her, he had another thing coming.
The relationship didn't work out, but the press lasted a lot longer than the relationship did. So, I mean,
why do you think the press does that? Why do they like vilify the woman? Because when I read that stuff, I was like, it's so ridiculous.
No, it wasn't the press. It was him.
Oh.
No, it was him. He was like, she's exploiting me. She's trying to use me for, you know, to get publicity, and which was so not true. I was about to be in a film with, you know, Oscar-winning actors, and I've been acting for years. But, you know, I just considered that ghetto love. That was his way of dealing with the breakup.
But even though 50 was the one who broke up with Vivica, he was still petty after the breakup. He even dissed her on some of his songs, like in his song Get In My Car, where he said, "My game F with a B-brain till she thinks she wifey, spend her life savings in the day cause she likes me, commitment from me." Nah, not likely, went out Vivica. I thought I was onto something, but then next week, nah man, it was nothing. He made it seem like he wasn't even committed to Vivica the whole time, making her look bad in front of the whole world. Vivica was badly hurt by the song and described it as heartbreaking and humiliating.
His people got in touch with my people, and next thing I know, we were on the phone. And my birthday was coming up, and he's such a gentleman. He's very generous. I know him as Curtis, always will. And the 50 Cent, you know, those are his performing thing and who he is as a man. So I'm
like the professional troll that 50 is, he tried to come for her career as well, shading her when she was on the show Empire. In an interview, he blamed the show's decline on what he called too much gay stuff. He said, "There are 3 million less viewers who tuned in to last night's Empire episode. Did you watch it? We could not take the extra gay stuff or celebrity stuff last night." He got dragged for filth over this, and he defended himself though, saying, "It must be a slow news week. They're going to say 50 said Empire lost 3 million viewers because of too much gayish. He only said cookie call me, but the kid is going to F up the show. Now everyone is waiting for power. I told him to lay low." Not him trying to rhyme, but Vivica was not about to let that slide. So she clapped back at him, exposing his secrets, hinting that he had a little something going on with Soulja Boy behind the scenes.
What were your thoughts when 50 Cent blamed the second season ratings dip on gay stuff?
First of all, you know, the pot calling the kettle black is all I'm saying.
Ooh, the pot calling the kettle black. Huh.
Whoa. That was some tea. That was shade. That was major shade.
Pot calling the kettle black. So, I mean, you're not insinuating that
he's
50
gay?
Cent is...
Oh my Lord, please. What? Girl, we gotta talk after this episode is over.
Wait, Vivica A. Fox, what are you insinuating?
Well, I mean,
He gave you.
No, he's not. I mean, we had a great time. I mean, but he's just seems like he's got something that's not quite clear. So
you mean sometimes if people protest too much about something,
yes,
the fire is happening right there in front of them.
Absolutely. I just never forget there was a Vibe cover with him and Soulja Boy that made me kind of go,
50 Cent clapped back at her hard, saying, "Oh no, now she thinks I'm gay because I let her lick my ass. Wait, I didn't want her to. She forced me, and my hands were tied." 50 Shades of Grey. Well, Vivica continued the fight, posting a never-before-seen photo of 50 wearing makeup with the caption, "Tell you what, 50 cents, since you keep on telling my lie, I challenge you to let's both go on Bravo's Watch What Happens Live, and we could put this to rest. That never happened, and you know it, Queen." Now, we could go on and on about these two and their past history of coming for each other unprovoked, but I think y'all get the gist. Vivica can be quite messy, but when it comes to 50 Cent, he's the one that's always throwing jabs first, coming for her, like he's doing with her now about her booty. Y'all know how 50 Cent's immaturity caused their breakup because he wanted to be known as a tough guy? Well, according to Vivica Fox, he's doing the same thing again right now. At first, he said her body looked good, and he even hinted that he might be down for something, but the moment people started talking about how he's clearly got the hots for her still, he suddenly did an about-face, posting that weird video of her body to get her clowned on social media. But according to an insider, Vivica is done playing 50's games and is now warning him to keep her name out of his mouth. Or else. And like I said, she's one of those very few people who can go head-to-head with 50, and she still has some dirt on him that she's been sitting on, allegedly, so he might want to watch his mouth because he clearly doesn't want smoke with BBL Vivi. Y'all, these two lovebirds are as messy as they come, but I want to know what y'all feel about 50 attacking Vivica unprovoked and her threatening to release some dirt on him. Drop your thoughts and comments below, and then check out this next video.